Right, hello. In this first half, I'm going to read from this thing that I'm writing called After Rambo. These are not in any way translations of Rambo, because that would be stupid. But they are after him, as in they were written after him. And appropriately to them, on Friday it will be the 140th anniversary of the declaration of the Paris Commune. Yay! And so these are for that. Pardon me. Lord Brown, from politeness. That particular thought is an opportunity, a response to that thievery, his silence. He is, though, a representative of certain constellations of order, obvious studies of number, and the present apocalypse is a structural problem. This is not a metaphor. The enemy is a defining molecule. Lord Brown is a child fucker, a swarm of golden thinking dead behind the rose trees. Of Milton, Lenin and Satan, of the scum of England, of the years enclosed we, the cells of England, we smarted inside these delicate circles, the nettles of Soviet England, of isolation in its pure state, where diamonds, insects, walk like tyrants. Of Downing Street, that assembly of ghouls and defunct regimes, of the warm November wind, our absurd paupers' memories. Outside London, it is all geometry, a euphemism for civil war. I remember our cotton dresses, those ribbons and bows. We skirted the discs of the city, its deserted dying angles. We were wearing flags and pretty flowers, but our memories, at several intersections, they opened into vast arched domes of that other life, its obnoxious circles, of relics and animal love, the horrific quantity of force we will need to continue even to live. When you meet a Tory on the street, cut his throat. It will bring out the best in you. It's as simple as music or drunken speech. There will be flashes of obsolete light. You will notice the weather only when it starts to die. December 2010. A high metallic wire. Content exceeds phrase. Slight shift in geometry, slight interruption in the flow of their crimson and guillotined bacterial princes, shifted rivets of history. Okay, listen, theirs is a more stupid alphabet, sections to be ringed and taken away, unspoken contradictions in their footsteps, a universe devoid of images, an October we thought we couldn't have, external symbols within our sky. Back now to our studies, negation of the negation, we will raise the dead. I understood money as a knife would use that centrifuge. London rotating embers of an abstract city, capital in red and black. It was sleeping, we were awake inside it, the opposite is also true, has blocked the antimatter of the speaking eye, has secreted memory, confronted its being as bourgeois love, that cannibal monstrosity, wherein government is at war with thought's productions of transparency, a pretty little enzyme dissolved our faces' history, privatised the place and the formula, consciousness in exile, mass without number, insurrection is value, meanings excoriate the enemy language. No signal. Here find enclosed one partial landscape, scraped inoffensive language, or like birds, meaning sexual theorems. Ian Duncan Smith is one, and is prosodically useless. That much is clear. Invades the poem as if it were social life, and this too is a trap. Its rational form a contagion upon the world. Here find enclosed one crow landscape in cop mathematics, i.e. Blanqui couldn't say a word. The telemetric sky in crackling white. It is not the cops, but geometry, from this perspective, is eerily silent about its more scandalous projections. We have scraped its clocks clean. We have inserted a brown cigar, a cheap and easy prototone. We have called it a village. Oh hell, We are your population, turning at 360 degrees, where King Charles I is equal to or lesser than Ian Tomlinson, or we already said that, forget it. We press hands together, as scars of circling bone where silence is also prohibited. Funded guns surround the Citibank's networks of compulsory metaphors speaking aloud. But if commodities could speak, their imaginary friends grabbed your arm, their barren life is as simple as blossom, as a musical phrase, beautiful as driving nails deep in the skull of William Hague, that vicious pink. Imagine cultivating warts as if commodities could speak, or fired live bullets and tear gas, as crackling words encircle the last of the liberated cities or the fierce buzzing of flies. But anyway, imagine commodities could think, their scraping hands on your sleeve, musical beams of love, barren, respected life. And that's as far as that bit's got. This is the bit that I wrote before that, so it's a bit more melancholy. And it's still part of this after Rambo, and this is called, this bit is called For the Administration, and it was published by Crater Press around Christmas time. I found it really hard to write for quite a while after the Tories got elected, and when I did, this is what I wrote. From the English, I inherit my love of alcohol, idiocy and violence, but I do not share their closed borders, their bureaucratic exterior. As our coordinates are magnetised and as our exits have been seized, we have vanished, we heavy stones of destruction and light. As our hands are not aristocratic, still less those of the market, we have come in utter sentiment, some small targeted acquiescence. The angle is fearsome, the order of the day is wretched hope. As your maps are out of commission, we visit you secretly, we circles of cancelled stars, we flying racks of brutal factory girls, would cover your face, would swallow in grace and molestation, George Osborne, god of love, we have spurned beauty. Newsflash, May 2010. What we liked were Vowel 1, was International Nights of Torrential Study, was Harmonic, our hydraulic calculation, your medicine, children's books, nephrograms, vote meal, oh magnetic puke and bank stuff. These spheres piss us off, yeah, like surface nukes, but still our so clean hands of lepers vie the lash, 360 degrees, servitude or paraquat. The rust on your kill silver just rose up in judgment, shame, insert lamotrigine, my asphyxiant, howl love with scatter, i.e. send flowers, fire, gems. Vowel 2, 3, 4, etc. Sorry, but was a discreet attack and shyly encircled the discs of the law, or we can't find them. We think we're safe on the roof of the world's love. Our phantasmagoric business plans, our study of the stars, the islands of the dead, white tonal light, to never beget outside of its value theories of transmission noise, as in listen, target A, the holding centre, it wasn't hunger strike, or listen, I abhor my country as property or legion, will screw his mouth on later, a verb, a specific rivet of time, an enemy non-abstract as we deceived him, screwed his as failure, as in one specific body as high feed frequency ringing tone. Election day, terminal, a cluster of predecessors in the language, that is, cells of racist light in verbs tumbling, Belgravia or something, an adverb. Think of adjectives as refugees, you just shot 'em, here's a style guide. E, a deficit line. A, negates the interruption of the speaking I. U, a system of collective thought. I, unable, unwilling to find work. O, beyond a certain tendency of stoic disdain. I entered first. Target A was standing by the table. I hit him with a shield, pinned target to floor. I was foul and fair, would sleep in utter music. The bulletins consist entirely of nerves, or harmony, pure infection of thought. We entered a respectful half-light. The names we had achieved, glue and murder, or we were images, monuments, gospels, and in very obvious nitrates. From the English I inherit my mean and bitter divisions, my very grievous hail. 9th of March 1871, a difference of opinion. We were nouns, a black gulf where your speech is rusting politically, an oracular diagram, moronic translations, music roasting, a strange, distant English voice bricked up inside it. Hello, I'm the police. Like, you know, serious. Like, deliver your purse, or I'll, with your red courtesans whirling and our gross kettle meaningless. We have no further comment. Howl, dull rust, caustic half-dead city, scrape jet, surprise attack on human head and its million doors, a gap obliterate, or oh, I'm sober now, have rat will. But that was a very crude reading. Later we made art, it shattered nothing. Our homicidal lives were now a form of understanding, our expressions were lifeless, our hatred made visible. The point is an absolute redistribution of all the senses. Target A was, as to be expected, inside a mouth that hates me. Oh shit, poetically. The whites have been come already. I could never to speak outside of this wind, its errors, set years unfolding as basic errors regarding static, would only to sit inside a century, wraiths of compressed event. Target A, his mouth riven to, somewhere the signal returned to normal, disrelish writhed within our jaws. Listen. We've got every escape hatch blocked. The centre of our orbit is some kind of cynical massacre, some kind of prolapse. That's all of your logic, your entire poetics. Compression of east and west, AM, PM, whatever, it's all the same. We are here to make the hard choices, your choices. We've got the food, all of your love, every point of abstraction, all circulation, all phosphor. Come, O silken wraiths, come and devour us. Paris, May 1871. Cheers.